Greetings, lovely people. Guys, I am the most happiest on the continent of Africa, and I know after hearing this update, after finishing this video, you are going to join the queue. When it is time of revolution, nobody can actually stop it. That is the fact. I am privileged to live in this day to see the revolution of Africa unfolding. Guys, Africa is on the rise. People, this is one of the most satisfying updates actually. I don't want to give you the update in one video after the other, so I try my possible best to summarize everything into detail for you. So in this video, you are going to discover 4 loaded updates that should be in videos after video, and it's going to take like 20 minute, 30-minute video. No. Pack, we are done. Chad just ended military cooperation with France, asking them to leave. Just when we thought that's all, Senegal immediately joined the chat. Then thinking maybe we are done for now, then boom, Chad just land in Burkina Faso with one of their leg. Then the moment we are thinking that, oh, maybe it's now over, then Senegal is asking France for apology. Before we can rest and check out what is happening in the news, then boom, another shocking news. France admitting to their crime for the first time in the history of the world. My goodness, guys. And I'm also going to play a short video of what Faye said to the Western media. He asked them a question on the interview, a question they were never able to answer. So guys, stay tuned. You will not believe what Faye told the Western media. It's just interesting. Guys, without wasting much time, let me break everything down to you. You will not believe that Macron, the president of France, actually sent a shocking message, sent a letter to the president of Senegal, Faye. I'm going to read the letter to you guys. Stay tuned. Say it is time for Africa. Okay, let's get right into the entire story. And trust me for perfect, accurate update just as it is. I'm not adding anything or removing anything, just as it is. And I want you to do something for me. If you appreciate the effort we are putting in here, please hit the like button on the video so that others can hear this message. This message must reach everybody, and you need to play a part in liking the video so that YouTube can push the video. Thank you. Number 1 update. Chad has officially ended its military cooperation with France and is prepared to facilitate the withdrawal of French troops, just like Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. This announcement was made on Thursday, November 28, 2024. This particular November 28, there are a lot of things going on. We are going to find out. The Chadian government stated in quote, the government informed both national and international audiences of its decision to terminate the defense cooperation agreement signed with France. This agreement was last revised on September 5th, 2019. The revised agreement was meant to enhance security and defense collaboration between the two nations, France and Chad. So that's one of the quote of the Chad government. Now, the government explained that the decision was taken after careful consideration and it represents a major shift in the country's history. Now, according to official statement of Chad, it says, after 66 years since the Republic of Chad was established, it is time for the nation to assert full sovereignty and redefine its partnership based on its national priorities. This is on their official website. Now, Chad has committed to honoring the term of the agreement during its termination process, including providing adequate notice, just like they just did, and to ensure a smooth transition. Despite this, the government emphasized that this move does not affect the long-standing friendship and historical tie between Chad and France. The government of Chad, in thanking France for its cooperation, it says Chad is open to discussing new ways to work with France, but for now, they must vamoose out of the country. That is the bottom line. Now, according to the government spokesperson Abdurrahman Kolamala, he said to the press, Chad remains determined to maintain strong and beneficial relations with France in other areas of mutual interest. You know, mutual interest in simple English, it simply means that make the team benefit both of us. It no be only you go to enjoy them. Guys, if you enjoyed the update, please like and subscribe to the channel. Now, number 2. Immediately as Chad is ending military cooperation with France with one leg, one of their leg is already in Burkina Faso. Same day, oh guys. See, I'm just happy. Forgive me if I'm laughing too much, but I'm just excited. As a young African seeing this, I'm just happy. And guys, honestly speaking, what is happening in the Sahel is not going to stop. Others will also be joining. 54 countries in Africa, and Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso are now fighting for real independence. Now Chad and Senegal, Botswana also is raising its head from one corner. That is 6 countries out of 54. It's left with 48. It is not going to stop, guys. They will be adding until we are set to liberate ourselves completely. And I believe Africa will regain its sovereignty. And I believe that. Now let's move forward. As I was saying, on the same day, November 28, 2024, Chad's ambassador to Burkina Faso, Mahamat Salah, met with Burkina Faso's Minister of Security, Mahamadou Sana. For clarity, the Chadian delegation to Burkina Faso includes Ambassador Ahmad Suleiman Abdoulaye Tai, who is the Director of Cooperation and Programming, and advisor from Chad's Ministry of Public Security and Immigration. These are the people that went to Burkina Faso. Now, after the meeting, the ambassador revealed that in their meeting with Burkina Faso, their discussions focused on strengthening bilateral tie with Chad and Burkina Faso. Now, talking about things that were discussed, training was a key topic discussed at the meeting, and the ambassador was commending the quality of education provided at Burkina Faso's police academy, which is going to train Chadian officers and later serve both Chad and Africa as a whole. We believe that. Now, he also suggested that Burkina Faso could benefit from Chad's training facility. The ambassador emphasized the importance of aligning training program with modern challenges. In his speech, he said, in quote, "Training must address current threats, whether military, diplomatic, or political." Now, let's shift our gears to number 3. Senegal own is more interesting, guys. You see, if you have not yet liked this video, you should do us a favor. Be part of this movement by liking this video and promoting these videos, all right? So, number 3 is Senegal. But let me explain something to you. Do you know the reason why Chad quickly ran to Burkina Faso? It is because now that they have decided, Chad have decided to chase France out, mark my word, you will begin to hear more terrorist threats in Chad. Just like they did to Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they are going to accelerate the terrorism in that region because the mastermind behind the terrorists is being chased out. So Chad need backup, so they run quickly to what? Burkina Faso. And guys, this is the first time in the history of Africa that an African nation and its relationship with the West and then turn to her neighboring nation for the first time. And I don't know how many of you are paying attention to the recent closeness of France and these ECOWAS old gurus. Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, and Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana. During the exact period where France is working to use ECOWAS to silently invade the Sahel, the same period, for a long time, France invited Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana, to Paris. And France honored President Akufo-Addo for promoting what? Diplomacy. And he's been awarded France's highest honor for his work in building strong international relationship and promoting diplomacy. The award also recognized his efforts to encourage peace, cooperation, and development around the world. And nobody is asking if this man that is being awarded and recognized in regards to the development around the world, nobody is asking if this man is actually developing his nation, Ghana. When others are breaking away, puppets are getting closer. Now let's go to Senegal. Let's leave this puppet and talk about revolution. In a shocking move, guys, Senegal called for closure of French military bases. It's happening just now. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Senegal President Bassirou Diomaye Faye has called for the closure of all French military bases in the country. He argued that their presence undermines Senegal's sovereignty. But before we move forward, bear in mind that Sonko has been the one making this call. Faye has never been this active, but this is the first time he's going wild about it. I told you in my previous video that it looked like the guy is not functioning because of the resistance from the parliament. Now, after dissolving the parliament and they did parliamentary re-election, they now have majority in the parliament. You can see that they are now speaking the language they were speaking in opposition. Although in opposition before Faye came to power, he pledged to assert Senegal's independence and reduce reliance on foreign powers. However, he clarified that his position does not imply cutting ties with France entirely. But now, guys, he's going wild about the conversation. The president of Senegal, Faye, speaking to AFP News on Thursday, same day on the 8th of November, President Faye said, in quote, Senegal is a sovereign country and sovereignty does not permit the presence of foreign military bases. To make things clearer, he used Senegal's relationship with China as an example. He said, in quote, China is our largest trading partner for investment and trade, yet China has no military presence in Senegal, and our relations remain strong without such a presence. Now, what you need to know is that President Faye's remarks coincided, or let me say aligned, with Senegal's commemoration of the 80th anniversary of the 1944 massacre, where French troops unalived Senegalese soldiers. Now, the number 4th shock, Macron, the president of France, acknowledged the 1944 massacre of West African troops unalived by French army. Yes, he did. French President Emmanuel Macron on Thursday, 28th November, he acknowledged that the 1944 unaliving of the West African soldiers in Senegalese fishing village by French forces was truly a massacre. Macron, for the first time, was able to acknowledge this. For the first time, this is something that they have been hiding and denying. Those of you who don't know what this is about, these soldiers had fought alongside the French during the World War II or the Second World War, but they were unalived by their French counterpart in what historians believe was a dispute over unpaid wages. So the soldiers asked that they should pay them, and in order not to pay them, they unalive all of them. They always denied this, but today history is being reset by Senegal. We need to appreciate that. The Senegal President Bassirou Diomaye Faye said he received the letter of Macron from France. So speaking to reporters late on Thursday, same 28th November, Faye said Macron's step should open the door so that the whole truth about this painful event can finally come out. Quoting part of his speech, this is what he said. We have long sought closure on this story, and we believe that this time France's commitment will be full, frank, and collaborative. Now, this is what Macron said in the letter. Let's read Macron's letter. He said, in quote, France must recognize that on that day, the confrontation between soldiers and riflemen who demanded their full legitimate wages be paid triggered a chain of events that resulted in a massacre. It is also important to establish as far as possible the causes and facts that led to this tragedy. Now, Macron added that I have asked my services to inform me of the progress of the work of the committee for the restoration of the facts. He's talking about the facts about this story need to be restored, because Diomaye Faye, the president of Senegal, called for it. So let's continue to read. I have asked my services to inform me of the progress of the work of the committee for the restoration of the facts, which your government has decided to set up under the direction of Professor Mahamadou Daouf, whose eminence and quality are recognized by all. This is the message or letter from the president of France to Faye, the president of Senegal. Guys, history is about to be rewritten. Meanwhile, this is the same Macron who said in this video, boasting that Sahel will never exist without France. And when he was addressing the issue of lack of electricity in Burkina Faso after the coup d'etat, because they were accusing him that you were in Burkina Faso but people don't have light. Meanwhile, you were taking resources from them, and these resources were helping you to have light in Paris. In addressing this issue, this is what he said. Listen to him, I will interpret it.
Moi, je ne veux pas m'occuper de l'électricité dans les universités au Burkina Faso. C'est le travail du président.
Yeah, he said, I am not the one who is supposed to occupy myself with electricity in universities in Burkina Faso. It is the work of the Burkina Faso president. He is referring to the former democratic leader. He says it's not his work. It's the work of the presidents. They always do the thing and then try their best to remove their hands out of it as if they have not done anything wrong. But you see, when the pressure is getting tougher, he's now bowing down. Africa, you are powerful. Now, while French President Emmanuel Macron admitted to the atrocity, Faye, the president of Senegal, is pressing more, and he hinted that he would demand a formal apology from France. According to his word, this is what he said, in quote, recognizing the massacre must naturally lead to amends. Now, let's watch this video. The interview of Faye with the Western media. Pay attention to what Faye said. He asked them a question. Pay attention.
Senegal. As French people, could you imagine seeing us in your country with tanks or military vehicles, with Senegalese soldiers in Senegalese uniforms? That's what history has been like. France has enslaved, colonized, and remained.
que j'ai reçu aujourd'hui une lettre du président Macron.
Today I received a letter from President Macron in which he acknowledges that it was indeed a massacre. This step of acknowledging the massacre should open the door to perfect collaboration in revealing the whole truth.
Have you ever seen Senegalese soldiers in France? No, they are not going to be allowed it. So why do you have your own soldiers in our country? Very simple. Guys, it is time for revolution and nobody can stop it. Lovely people, these are the latest development of revolution on the continent of Africa. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. Respect.